Welcome to another video. Today I'm just going to do a real quick lesson on chords, and specifically sus chords. If you're not sure what a sus chord is, you've probably heard of it, but maybe you don't know what it is. And that is just short for a suspended chord. And in order to understand that, first I'm going to talk about the major scale, which a lot of things start with the major scale. So if we're playing a regular C chord, just your standard open C chord, major chords are comprised of the root note of the major scale, the third note, and the fifth note. So in C, you've got, that's your seven notes of the scale, but the first note being the major note, the third note being an E, and the fifth note, which is a G. So if you go back to your open chord, you have a C, then you've got the E, then you've got the open G, which is your three notes, and then of course there's one more C. But so yeah, that is what comprises a major chord. Now, in order to do a sus chord, what you're going to do is change the second note of that chord. So with that C, what I'm changing is that third note of that scale. And if you're playing if you're going to change it to a sus2 chord, then you're, instead of playing that third, and with sus chords, you change the third note or the second note of the three that you're using. I mean, I know I'm over explaining it, but whatever. I'm going to change that third note, that E, down to the D, the second note of the scale, and that makes it a sus2 chord. So I play that E here, all I have to do is lift up that finger and play that open D. So instead of, we get, and that's probably a chord you've already been playing, just didn't know what it was called. Another example is a sus4. Same thing. Instead of playing the third note of the scale, we're going to go to the fourth note, which is an F. And so instead of playing that E note here, I'm just going to go one fret higher and play an F note. So then you get this. And it's really a simple concept once you understand it. A weirder example is actually an A chord, because if you're playing a regular A chord, your notes are A, C sharp, and E. Well, in your A chord, you're playing the open A, you're playing your E, which is actually the fifth, but you're playing it the second note, then you're playing the A on the G string, and then it's, once you get to the B string, you're hitting that C sharp. So that's where your notes are coming in. So when you change it to the sus, you are still changing that second, or the third note of that scale. So even though it's the middle of that chord, as far as it's lined up on the scale, it's actually the last note you're playing in that chord. So instead of having the C sharp, we're going to drop that down to the B, which is easy because all you have to do is lift up your finger and play that open B. So we go, and that is the A sus2. If you want to go to the A sus4, it's the same thing. Instead of playing that C sharp, we play the fourth note, which is a D. So all we have to do is, instead of playing that C sharp, play one fret higher and play that D. So then we get, so yeah, very simple concept once you understand how it works. And there's more sus chords. There's sus 7s and sus 9s and stuff, and I'm not going to delve into all that. I just thought this was kind of a neat little, well, once I realized this in my own playing, I was just like, oh, well, that's simple. How come I didn't figure that out before? And I just thought it was a little bit of neat knowledge to share with people. And so yeah, there you go. I'm babbling, but that's what I do. As always, if you like guitar videos, make sure you hit the subscribe down there. Share it with other people. Hit the like. Hit the bell so you know when I'm posting new shit. Anyway, I'm babbling again. I'll see you in the next video.